Okay, so do you want to just, Maria, while you're in the mood for a catch up, seeing Maddie's wasn't here last week, let's just catch everyone up with what just happened in the game.
We got to the river. There's a guard house either side, and we were attacked by a large rock. And I'm just trying to think.
Esmeralda lightning bolted it.
Yeah. And Wolfrill nearly got flown off with it, but managed to turn herself into something smaller and get away, which was useful.
That was so lucky. Let me just tell you. Hey?
Yeah. and then we were waiting for it to come close so that Ea could use her charms on the rock, which thankfully worked. But then Ea took off on the back of a rock. In the meantime, in the guard towers, we found 3 cloaks in each because we were down winter clothes to travel to the Ember Temple. And anyway, they turned out to be a gift from the Dark Powers, which was really frustrating. So we all lost a point of something. I can't remember what it was. Constitution. However, we are warmer, which is a bonus, and we won't freeze to death. Just trying to think, and we were headed down. The last thing we did was we were going to head down the path towards this small kind of castle structure, Dunk. Is that how we described it?
The tower to the south is what you were planning.
Yeah.
But you're all like, so yeah, you're back, you know how to get up to, you've seen the entry to the Ember Temple. Yeah, that's basically it.
Cool.
Okay, so
So hi ho, off to the tower we go.
So you're going to go down to the tower still, right?
Well, we need rations, so we can either fish and try and smoke our own fish, and we're going to be eating a lot of fish while we go to the Amber Temple, because we're still short on rations, remember? So we've got to try and hopefully find something down at the tower. Otherwise, we'll have to spend a few days gathering, smoking.
We're running out of time to the wedding too.
Yeah. So hopefully the tower will be a quick fix to get to the Ember Temple, get the sword, and get back to the wedding. Because it's meant to be the event of the season, right?
Yeah.
It is the event of the land, much anticipated by Lord Strahd.
The more I think about it,
Hey, Epicon.
Sorry, you go, Nick?
The more I think about it, the more I think Irina probably is counting on us showing up there.
I'm counting on Lady Bacta being there. I can see her falling down a set of stairs. Accidentally drunk. We'd be doing the world a favour. We need an assassin in our group. I'm lawful good. I can't do those kind of things. That was my inside voice, by the way. I don't truly believe that.
You never really thought that. No,
lawful good. No. I'm sure that's what our colleague thought, though. Fisk of the first cabin.
Maybe he's an assassin. We just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, we think he's a rogue only. Yeah, Duncan's room's looking pretty cool, isn't it? When you look at all the pictures and the dragon head and stuff.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Alright, crew. What do you wish to do? I'm good to go.
Tower.
So, tower.
That was what I figured we said last time, but quick run around the group. Everybody want to head to the tower? Does anybody want to stay behind?
So as you approach, you can see
Tower sounds good. Esmeralda's gone.
Yeah, Esmeralda, I've just moved her, so if you can just get to around there, just move your guys down. What you can see is here, in between the gatehouse to the tower, the gatehouse to the road to the south that leads back towards Valakia, etc. you can see that there's like this green curtain of flame that fills the archway. And yeah, it's pretty darn cool. So yeah, it's like sort of a shimmering, ethereal sort of curtain. And you can see here that the door is iron-bound wood and barred from within. I shouldn't have read that to you, but anyway, the door is shut. So, do you go down to the door, or do you go to the green curtain?
There's a door that is barred shut from the inside. Can we see any windows or anything?
No, not from where you are, no. But certainly sitting out, jutting over, you know, the chasm sort of that falls down to the river.
Can I do a bit of an runner on the green light from where we're standing?
Yeah, absolutely.
While she's doing an arcana check, I'm going to knock on this door. I'm assuming that's the door you're saying that's barred.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay. I'll knock on the door in parallel.
Yeah, there's no response. You realise, Wolfrul, that this certainly is some form of magic. That this green flame flickering seems to be, and you sort of suspect that, you know, if there was some way to get rid of it or dispel it, something like that, you would think that it would need some sort of magical intervention. Just to give you an idea, that's what it looks like from the other way. Does that pop up on your screens? Yeah.
Not yet.
It's not on mine either. Let me try that again.
Madison, your German internet has you all pixelated like that.
Can't help it.
8-bit guy.
Joe's probably downloading porn.
How was your trip?
It's good. No, not too many people on the plane. So it was nice and comfy.
Oh, that's good.
So no one's been able to see this image yet?
No.
Nope.
It's weird. It's not working with the old Shift Z to display stuff. So I'm just going to stick it into Facebook Messenger. So if you imagine you're a little bit closer to that and on the other side of that tower. Oh, sorry, I just set that to PayPal. Don't worry. It doesn't understand.
Either will pay.
PayPal comes back and says, I'm sorry, I do not understand. So that should be, is that through now? Yeah, cool. Okay,
Yes,
so that's
yes.
what it looks like, and you can see that the tower, sort of has these sort of statues on top.
Oh yeah.
And what's that red? Is that the door we can see? No, it's barred, isn't it?
Yeah, so the image that you can see there, that green is the green thing that's in that guardhouse, also not in the gate, stopping you from moving further. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Can you see that on your?
I can. Yeah.
You can see a green glow there. So that's what that is. That just gives you a perspective of what else you can see in relation to this.
Duncan, how high are the tower walls?
I beg your pardon?
How high are the tower walls?
The whole gatehouse is about 30 feet high, with the adjoining walls 20 foot high.
So we can't go through the green flames.
Well, you probably could.
Somebody want to test that? Somebody who's not me.
I was going to say, aren't you fire resistant after you? It is fire.
It's magic fire though.
You should have a go at the other door.
Looks like it's fast on the inside.
Yeah, I'll call out and say, ho, friends. Just in case they didn't hear me. I'll just yell and see if I can get a reply.
Your voice echoes across, the sort of the terrain, the cold terrain, across the sort of the chasm of the lake, Lunar Lake, that sort of is out to the south from there. And sorry, this map is upside down, I think, from memory. Yeah, north is to the left. That's right. Remember that. Yeah, north is to the left. And so to the left is basically back up to, Vallaki and the road that you've sort of seen that winds back up, and then you've got the Lunar River that you paralleled as well, heading back up to the northeast.
Does Esmeralda have any ideas how to tackle this green flame? Given that she's a spellcaster.
She says it looks like magic to her, she says I know no spells that could impact or affect this.
Maybe it's just an illusion. Has anybody got mage hand?
No, I don't.
Does Ia have mage hand? Or Esmeralda?
Esmeralda says yes, I can cast mage hand.
Okay.
What do you wish me to do?
I'm just going to see if you can cast mage hand. If you can get mage hand to penetrate through the barrier.
Okay, so she casts mage hand and walks closer to it, because obviously she can only cast it to 30 feet. So she comes there and stands next to Ia, casts it, and the mage hand goes into the flame, and it just basically disappears.
Okay. Not an illusion. Thank you. That was useful. Okay, so that's across the road going back. Okay.
That will take you back to the north.
This can actually. Has Fisk got climbing ability? Like sneaky climbing?
Not climb up that wall, he doesn't.
Sneaky climbing?
For me to fly over the wall. I'm trying to work out whether I would freeze if I turned into a small flying thing.
Well, we've got rope, right? So if you turned into something that was big enough to take the rope up, you could throw the rope around, say one of the statues, and then we could climb up. Maybe. Like if we put a big loop in the rope at the end, when you're flying up, you can then just kind of drop it. See if that works. Just thinking outside the box.
Think of something I've seen before.
You've seen a rock.
Yeah, but I couldn't turn into that. I tried, and it was a level of creature that was too hard.
Not even a small rock. Okay.
Yeah, I was hopeful.
What about even a raven? If you took a raven, could a raven hold a piece of rope, or is that too heavy?
I think it would be. And I was a bit nervous when I saw how many hit points they had.
It's a shame you hadn't seen a monkey or something really agile that could climb.
What if it's just like what if the magic curtain isn't harmful?
Won't know till you run through it.
Yeah, you want to run fast, Fisky?
What's the wall like to the barred door? Is it slippery? With the snow? If there is snow, I'm just looking at the picture. That's all.
Yeah. So it's quite cold, but you're still down near the river, so there isn't snow at this particular point.
So it's not icy.
Well, you're actually about 500 feet above the river. Sorry, I should say. So it's cold, but the snow line just begins. Remember, I was describing the snow line begins just a bit further up. So it's rocky. It's wet though, because it's misty and it rains a lot. So yeah.
What if I cast a create water and then slam and see what flame does to that?
Yeah, you could.
Anyone object?
No. So go for it. Good for any at this point. But just to be clear, we don't need to go up that road to get to the Amber Temple, do we? Because that's actually not the right direction, is it, Dunk?
No. The Amber Temple, you recall here, is to the further up the road leading out towards the southeast.
Yeah. So we don't actually need to go through the flames. We need to just try and get into the temple. Sorry, into the tower. Okay, can we go back to that wooden door? How solid is it? Giving a really good thumb.
So it's iron-bound wood. It looks pretty solid. Looks, it doesn't look decrepit or anything like that.
Okay, no chance of knocking that down then. But where we are, how high up the nearest window? It looks like the windows are actually over the chasm that goes down. There's no window directly above the door, is there?
No.
So what happened with the water?
So
what did you do?
Isn't it?
Sorry,
I cast a create water into the flame area to see what would happen to the water.
It turns to steam.
So it seemed to get hot.
Well, if it's hot, then I can walk through it.
How about Dunk, can I see if those windows are open or if they're shuttered from where I am? If I move around?
Yeah, you're gonna have to move back a little bit and sort of, lean out a little.
Sort of back.
Yeah. They're all shut that you can see.
Because I was going to see if Wolfwell could up. And just then change shape, but then get in. But I'm wondering if the top of the tower, if there's any way down, or if it's still blocked. It might be worth Wolfwell doing a recce in bird form.
Can I just touch the flame with my hand?
Who does that? Wolfwell?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Touching the flame with your hand?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're doing? Sorry, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you take 14 hit points of fire damage, which...
I'm resistant to fire damage.
Correct, so yeah, it's only 7. Ow! Tot, even for a tiefling.
Did the water seem to have any reduction effect on it?
Not that you saw, just small amount of water that you created just turned into well, you created a fair bit, I must admit, but it also turned into a steam.
We don't have tidal wave party anymore, do we? With that cage.
No, sadly.
No, sadly.
No, that was stabbed away.
Sorry. How do you feel about flying to the top of the tower to see if there's a way into the tower so you could open the door from the inside?
I was thinking that. Yeah, I'll give it a go. I'm just having a think about.
You could circle the tower and see if there's any open windows, because I can only see the one that's closed right from where I am. So there may be an open window somewhere that we can't see at the back. But if not, maybe at the top, if they've got stairs coming up, there's no door, it's just stairs coming down. Depends how well they built this thing to defend.
Yep, so what are you going to do?
Yes. I'm just thinking about birds I've seen. Maybe thinking about larger birds than ravens. But I can't think of any I've seen since we came into this world.
You've seen a lot of ravens.
Okay, I'll go the raven.
Okay, as you take off and flutter around the building, you can see that all the windows on 2 levels, there seems to be, are all frosted and foggy and shut. A bit dirty as well, like covered and baked in sort of combination of perhaps ice, perhaps just dust, perhaps grit, who knows. And as you come up, you then find yourself up the top, so you can see that there are sort of these gold-plated statues standing atop the battlements facing outward, each one depicting a female human knight holding a lance. The cold wind stirs about you. Are you going to land?
I don't think so.
And as you sort of flutter around, you can see lying on the top of the tower the remains of a human skeleton clad in rusty mail.
Don't land.
No, it looks very cold to land on anything metal like that.
You see another one now. In fact, now you can make out that you're looking at it as you're fluttering around. You can see that there are 4 humans, all in the same sort of chainmail uniform, but all skeletons and motionless.
And are they lying?
Yeah. So can you see that? Can you actually see that on the map? If you scroll up to the top right, you'll be able to see.
Oh, I see. Yes. You zoom in a bit. Oh, and there's a trap door. So the 4 skeletons are up there, lying in that area,
Yep.
and I can see the statues in this map.
Yep.
What's the likelihood of these skeletons going to get up and try to kill me?
Highly likely.
So what's the rest of you doing? Fisk.
I'm
Starfire.
with at the ready.
Okay. Maddie, what's you doing? You're standing. You just burnt your hand. Are you doing anything
Yeah.
else?
Yeah. No, I'm just shaking it. Like, fuck, really hurt.
And what you noticed when you put your hand in is that you sort of recall now that you saw like a portcullis on the other side that was down.
Okay.
And
So
those,
even if we
and
went,
those
even if we
three-
went flame, we wouldn't be able to get through.
Yeah, you can probably see the dots on the map of the bars.
Yeah, there.
Correct.
So these are effectively just like little guard towers on either side, right?
Yep, 20-foot high. And then you've got the massive 500-foot drop down to the shore of Lake Luna. And you've got, mountain, very, very steep mountain on your immediate other side.
20 foot's not hard to climb, though. If I use my dragon claws, I might be able to make it up 20 feet.
I'm not sure. You guys.
I guess is the flame extending all the way across? Like, can I get to that point of the wall to try to climb?
Why are you trying to climb the flame?
No, the wall. The wall. So around the flame.
But you're trying to get up to the other to the other side of the flame.
The flame engulfs the entire gatehouse. If you have a look at the image that I sent to you, you'll see that the flame engulfs the entire gate.
Yeah, not the gate, but I was thinking of the wall. But I was thinking of the wall, because if it's not on the wall, then coming up the wall. I'm just wondering about rations and stuff that might be stored, things that we might need.
So I'm up here. I'm not correct. Here, is that correct?
No, you're up here.
Yeah, so try and climb the tower.
Where is that? Is that the top of this? Is that the top of this thing?
That's the top of that tower, correct.
Can I fly over? Behind the gate to get behind the gate?
Yeah.
Can have a look there. Over this way. I mean. Sorry, I forgot you couldn't see what I was doing.
Yeah. As you fly over, you see that the road is continues sort of around to the northwest, curving around. You can see that the high wall of black stone lined with spikes and topped with statues of demonic vultures and horned heads. You can see the iron portcullis, which is like low and closed. And you can see the flame, of course, and the gripping the mountain's edge. Is quite steep.
Why don't we just abandon this? Eat fish. Continue to the Ember Temple. This seems like a bit of a pointless mission at this point. We're not getting in.
There doesn't seem to be much for us to want to get to on this side of the thing, does it?
Unless we're going to go that way.
It was more about scavenging. Because I was wondering if there was anything that we would find.
Just to give you an idea, you should be able to see now. You should be able to see just the geography, just how steep everything is.
Yeah. And the door is to the left.
What?
The barred doors. To the left. So the green fire is the archway, right?
Yeah, and the barred door will be on the right. As you look at that image I just sent you.
Okay, it's on the right.
Yeah. But that image is like looking from where Wolfrall is.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not from your side, that's from Wolfrall's side.
Right.
So I'm saying that's what Wolfrall sees from her side.
Right.
So Wolfrall, do you fly back now?
I might fly over this road, down this way. What are these vulture things on? Are they statues or?
They look very similar to the creature that took Ia.
The rock. Like real ones? Statues. I'm not flying towards them then. I think I will fly back. I'm only a little rape after all.
So you're flying around the tower or over where those statues are? Or around over the spikes?
I'm flying back the way I came.
Right, so
back over the tower to see if the skeletons are still there. Have they moved?
Skeletons are still there. No, the skeletons are still there.
I wish I had something to drop on. I might consider just touching down briefly on the edge of the tower.
Okay. You land on the tower.
Nothing happens. Flap my wings. Core a bit.
Sure.
You could always come back and we could give you something to go and drop like a coin.
I think that's a good idea. I might fly back and pick something up.
Okay, you get that and you're back up there.
And I'll drop it squarely on a skeleton if I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
The coin clatters against the rusty chainmail and just basically falls like in a divot of decomposing skeleton below it.
And there's no reaction. Can I how far away are the skeletons from the trapdoor?
The skeletons, 3 of them are huddled together on the northern side, and 1 is just on the eastern side.
But not on the door itself.
No, not on the door itself.
And how big are those hexes? On top of the tower.
10 feet.
I'm going to land right on the trapdoor. But I'm going to be ready to take
So
straight
sorry,
off if they.
hex, you mean how wide is the tower? Or what's
Yeah.
the scale of the map?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 30 feet across.
30 feet across. I'm going to land right on the trapdoor, but be ready to take straight off again.
Okay.
I think we're going to find too much in the way of rations if there's no one around. That's all I see cold.
Yeah, and we've just seen dead people. We've seen dead people. We've called out. There's no one there. There's no one there. There's clearly no guards looking down. We're trying to get into the castle and no one's shooting at us. So I think the castle is either abandoned. Tower. It's not friendly. So I think we should abandon this mission. Eat fish and continue to the Amber Temple.
Go catch fish.
Yeah, because I think this is a fruitless attempt.
How is the Amber Temple here as the rock flies?
As in how far is it?
So it was. So how far do you estimate the Amber Temple is?
I know it's northeast.
You reckon it's going to take
southeast.
You think it's south. It's to the southwest, and you anticipate that as the track that you saw elbows around, and it's going to take maybe a day and a half to get there. It doesn't parallel the river. There's a forest below, and the cliffs and the snow above. So the pass begins to wind up into the snow, but there's a valley that leads down from the Lunar Lake. If you have a look at your map, you can probably see what I'm talking about.
That's close. That's closer than I thought.
So it's about a day and a half walk from where you currently are.
Okay, let's do a
catch fish now while we're near the lake.
Yeah, so
near the river.
Yeah, so you're 500 feet above the river.
So can I just get everybody to say how many rations they've got?
Zero.
Can't someone create food and water?
I know Nikki can create. Wolfo can create. I don't know about food.
I'm bringing you back and forth.
Only water.
Talking now.
Wolfo can only create water, Dunk. So Ia has no rations. Esmeralda has no rations, right? Okay. So how many has Wolfo got? Starfire's got 6.
I think I would have 6 too. We started out with the same when we left into this.
Yeah. And Fisk, how many have you got?
6.
Okay.
Surely that's for a day and a half.
Yeah, I guess it's the coming back, right? As well. Did you notice when you flew and you saw the Amber Temple? Did you see any signs of life?
Did I see any signs of life?
No, you didn't.
Okay. So then we've just been fighting a rock. What time of day is it now, Dunk?
It's... Oh, crikey, I forget now. You got up, you had breakfast, you came up from here, so it'd be about, let's say it's lunchtime. So you'll get half a day, and then you'll have another day's travel if you were to do that.
To leave now.
Fisk says we should leave now. This is a waste of time.
Okay. Well, let's go. But I guess we'll just have to try and forage on the way. I'm not sure once we hit the snow line we're going to find anything, but it's a risk that we'll be starving on the way back, and then fishing. We're going to have to stop here on the way back anyway, or near here.
Why would we be starving on the way back?
Well, if we're sharing rations, so if we can't build a fire, so we'll have to share rations with you and Esmeralda, right?
Yeah, but if we've got what 18 rations.
Assume we're also going to be at the Amber Temple more than one day.
Could be rations. Could be rations. More likely to be rations. Run down or washed out.
That's why I was asking if looked like it had signs of life. Because if it's abandoned as well, we're in the same spot, right? Okay, let's just start walking. We can go a few days without food. If we have water.
Even if we stay one day at the temple, it's a 3-day trip. It's a 3-day trip. We'll still have enough rations. And that's without foraging, fishing, and I can eat rocks.
Yeah. Well, I was counting on the fact that if we're in the snow line, it's going to be hard to build a fire. So therefore, we're going to have to feed here. I'd put her in the count. Okay. Right. Well, let's Vamenos, Amber Temple. Allah, Amber Temple.
Okay.
Does Wolfra want to walk or fly?
Does the cold feel worse to me as a red?
I'm hoping everybody can see where we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically continue on, and the path is sort of, despite what the map's saying, it's climbing up and it's getting snowy now. And so you guys are following this path. You can where you can see now is that forest here that you talked and told everyone about. There's this big forest that's sort of nestled in between the Lunar Lake and the cliffs of Mount Carcass. You get a little bit further on, you start climbing even higher, and it's now beginning to snow. And there's like mist swirling around, and the sun is fading fast.
As we go, I'm just going to try and look for food and collect what I can along the way. As we're going past the forest. Before we get to the snow.
The forest is about 700 feet below you.
Yeah, but we're in prairie, right? You're in mountainous.
We're in mountainous terrain.
Have a look at the picture in Facebook Messenger, and that's now. If you take the terrain out, that is now what you've got. That's what is. Sorry, if you take the snow out,
just rock.
It's snowing in that one, right?
Yeah.
If you now take the gatehouse out, I've said you've gone up another couple hundred feet, and it's now snowing and ice and snow on the rocks. So that's what it looks like. That's what the terrain looks like now. Steep cliff, and this winding road cut into it as it winds up towards Mount Carcass.
No rabbits, even with the 17?
There are no rabbits with a 17. What you do find, though, is some fungi that you think could be edible.
Okay. I'll take it anyway.
Okay. So you get enough fungi that would equivalent to 1 ration.
Okay.
So the light is now falling. What are you guys going to do? You're going to, and you find that these coats are keeping you all quite warm.
It wants to be sold to the dark side for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, how far are we away? Do you think from the temple?
Here it says you're about a day's march.
Still a day's march. Okay. Still a day's march.
Because it was just around a day and a half, maybe a bit more, but you've got another day. But she describes that it continues to climb, but then it comes back around itself, and she sort of points that where you are now, almost directly up there, is where the entry to the temple is. But the terrain is so steep, as you can see, but it's another couple of 100 feet up. But the road, she says, meanders up around and goes up to the back up, comes back. We're going to go that way, quite a few miles, about 10, 12 miles, and then we're going to come back another 10 miles.
Yeah, understand.
That's tomorrow's journey. Yeah, all uphill.
Sweet. Okay.
Trudge on.
Am I particularly cold in raven form, or is the coat still keeping me warm as a raven?
It keeps you warm as a raven.
I think I'll just stay in raven form.
You'll have to come out of it. You'll have to come out of it though to create water for us.
I will when you need me.
Can't we eat snow?
I thought if I stay in this form, if we come upon anything, I might be able to surprise them if they don't know I'm a party member.
It's a good call.
Yeah, I'll eat snow with you.
Well, we have the empty backpack that we've been putting the water into. So
just don't eat the yellow snow.
Don't eat the yellow snow. All right, who's eating snow?
Chris definitely have snow.
Yeah, so that just hydrates you, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on how much you eat, it also reduces your internal temperature and makes you a little bit chilly.
Mm-hmm.
Just a slight chill. The coat is sort of spectacularly, strangely keeping you quite warm.
Love the dark powers.
Mm-hmm. Really feeling the dark power vibes.
It's nice that they're taking good care of us.
So what's your plan for the night? As darkness now falls.
Set up camp, I guess.
It's quite windy, being buffeted.
Too dark to keep going. It's not a full moon.
No, there is a moon, but it's not a full moon.
Can we see any outcrops where we can shelter and huddle together?
Not really. Give me a nature check. So see if you can make anything out.
Okay, give me a sec. I may not be the best one to do a nature check.
We'll have a go to.
I think Wolfrill's probably the better one for it. I'm like. He's good.
Yeah, no. Although Wolfrill, in your bird form, you can see that about 20 feet up there's like a little ledge with what appears to be a little bit of a cave that might be big enough for all of you to squeeze into.
Woohoo!
Airbnb.
20 feet up.
Like I said,
Beg your
pardon. Is it worse than the train we have been climbing? Does it pose a higher risk to us to get up there than what we've already been taking?
Yeah, if you have a look at the picture that I sent you on Messenger of the tower and the gate, you can see where there's like a little fire. That's sort of terrain, and up equidistant to where the spikes are on the left, that's about what the terrain looks like. So it's quite steep, rocky. You could try and climb it if each of you want to do that.
You want me to go up and scout it, living in the cave too.
Yeah.
So how are you going to get up there?
Hey,
Do you have rope?
Carefully, yes I do. And
Okay.
I'll give you one end around myself, but I'm a pretty good climber.
Well, it's more like so we can.
I also meant
Yeah.
That's why I'm giving you the end of the rope.
Yeah.
And I'll fly. So he's got backup if something does come out of the cave.
All right. I'm going to ask for an acrobatics check from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite slippery, but you manage to, after 5 to 8 minutes, get yourself up to the top. And you see there's a little plateau and a little crack in it, like a small cave that's just in front of you.
I'll stealth into the cave and hope it's not the entrance to the goblins in the Hobbit.
Now you're a little halfling.
Yeah.
Do you have night vision?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Do you? I don't think you do.
I thought I did.
No, I don't think so. Not a halfling. That's why I'm quickly checking.
I'll just check. Just assume that. I thought the only thing I did in these days was a human.
No. Yeah, it looks pretty dark in there. Oh, buddy. You can just make it out. The moon is sort of illuminating the clouds and the mist. So it's like a very dull light, sort of, everywhere.
Can't see anything.
That's your stealth, so you move up closely to it. You like the wind. Are you looking?
Yeah.
I don't see any perception checks.
I was doing the stealth first.
As you peer into the darkness, you get a sense that there's something echoing and peering back at you. Okay, come away. What are the rest of you guys done?
Watching the rope dangle.
Rise looked at me, coming back.
Anyone else doing anything?
I'm sort of flying around near the cave entrance above, waiting to see if anything comes out.
Right.
Low-key waiting for a flying fisk, and then we're just
Now,
like.
In your raven form, you don't get night vision, do you?
Let me just check.
I think you get the wild shape. You can stay. You do have dark vision normally.
Yeah.
You keep your racial traits.
I think you still keep your racial traits. You can if you've already cast the concentration spell and you keep concentrating, you can keep casting it, but you can't cast new spells. I think was the way it was written. I read.
Okay. I'm going to let you see into it anyway. And what you can see is just a empty, about 8 foot. It goes in about 8 feet. And it's just sort of hacked out, but it would fit 4 to 5 of you very snugly, but you don't see anything in there.
Is it big enough? For me to fly in there?
8 feet. You'd have to be slow. You'd have to be hovering, and ravens don't hover very well. You can fly into it and do an acrobatics check to see if you stop in time before you hit the wall.
No. I'll wait and see what on the lead does on the lead. He's going to go in and have a look.
You hear the flapping of wings behind you, Fisk.
Yeah. So
what are you going to do?
Slip back out and wave to Wolfrock.
To coming. I'll come down.
Be like one of those birds going through a glass door.
So Wolfrock, you land next to Fisk, is that right?
Yeah, I'll land down next to Fisk.
Okay, and you're still in Raven form.
I am still in Raven form. But it looks like he wants to explore. So he's looking like he's not preparing to climb back down. I'm going to turn back into my druid self.
Okay, so you turn back into your druid self. You can sort of gain your look in, and you can see that it's pretty much empty. There's like a 2-3 foot shelf, and then the cave.
Let's get the others up here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing with the rope? Are the two of you bracing it?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I need is which one of you, either Fisk or Wolfrock, you guys decide. One of you will get a athletics check with advantage, and whoever's climbing up, I need an acrobatics check from you. So who's going first? Let's get you guys work out how you're doing it, and let's get the others up.
I'm not the most athletic acrobatic person around.
Acrobatics I am, but that's them who are just coming up. Athletics for us. Not very good either.
Okay.
I'm
acrobatic.
So I've just done Esmeralda's, so she gets a 17, so depending on when you want her to go up. So Starfire, you're going up first?
Yeah,
okay.
I can hold the rope.
I need one of you, either Fisk or Nikki. Which one are you doing the athletics check?
I'll do an athletics check.
Okay, with advantage. So.
Did that roll?
Yep, with a 20. So yep, basically everyone gets up without incident. Okay. How do you spend the night?
Huddled like penguins.
Yeah, well, we will have our usual rotating watch.
Yeah. You will?
Yeah.
Yes, we will. I had a feeling. I'll tell everyone that I saw something in the cave. My vision's not too good. I just discovered dragons and half-elves who don't have dark vision.
I couldn't see anything in there.
But can I take the last because I'm pretty exhausted.
Yeah. Can I do an investigation of the cave now that we're up there and in there?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, you don't really find anything. It's just a natural crack. You don't even see signs of anyone else having done what you guys have done. It's more just by chance you just happen to stop at that particular point. Most people leave the pass at morning and are much further up, if they ever go there.
Yeah. Well,
As you all take your various turns to sleep, it's restless. There's something praying in the back of your mind that makes it an anxious slumber.
The dark powers.
You feel like there's something someone's saying, but you just can't make it out. It's like as if someone's calling your name. And it's one of those dreams where you're always chasing.
We're chasing.
It's like you're chasing something, and you can never you get glimpses of it. It could be, for one of you, it could be a child. For someone else, it could be an animal. For you, Wolfrock, it's a deer. And it's like your childhood druidic sort of upbringing. Fisk, it's you're chasing, some halfling female, and you just never quite get a number. And for Ia, it's as if you feel like you're coming home.
See you later, yeah. See you later, yeah. So you're coming home with you. So you're coming home with you.
That means he is in the land. That means he is in the land. Yeah.
As you awake,
Yay.
you hear clearly your name in a deep, gravelly voice. And that's the last thing you recall from the dream.
Daddy? Daddy?
So we all hear a gravelly voice?
As you all respectively wake up, so you've all pretty much had the same dream. You're chasing different things. You're very anxious. But then, as you wake up, just as you're waking up, it's like Fisk or off.
Do we recognise it at all? I'll be the first to say, having a weird dream, hearing my name called. Who would
you all basically
who would it
have the same. You don't recognise it, it's just a deep, gravelly, dark voice.
Dark powers, maybe?
So
on that note, I will love you and leave you all. Thanks. Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye. Bye.
So it is morning.
Mm-hmm.
I need to scratch off another night of the countdown clock.
Wedding. Don't.
5 more nights before the wedding day.
Don't have long.
Okay. Do you continue the journey up the hill?
We do.
Okay. As the day wears on, you get halfway, scratch off your rations, and at long last, as the evening sun is just setting, you find yourselves. Let's just see if this works this time. There we go.
Ooh, what? Bam Temple.
Cut.
Need some music, mate.
Hey.
We need some music.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
Better.
So we need to take rations off our sheets as well.
Yeah.
I just accidentally deleted my rations instead of taking one off.
It's okay. We know you had 6, now 5. Though actually, we need to share with Esmeralda, so I'll take another one off mine. And then one of you guys can get it next time. And Ia will need somebody's ration as well, actually. Because there's no fire.
Okay. So, having seen that, let's now transition you to the map.
Whoa.
So not showing. That is such a cool temple though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Here you all are, looking basically across towards the temple. It's incredibly cold up here. those cloaks, or coats I should say, are keeping you particularly warm. It's like the effect of a ring of warmth, let's say. So it's certainly magical. There's certainly a magical property to these coats, you've come to realise. And so the facade is, you know, like there's snow everywhere, it's snowing. The front of this structure, 50 foot high, and has those 6 alcoves containing 20 foot tall statues. Each statue is carved from a single block of amber and depicts a faceless hooded figure, its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the two innermost statues is a 20 foot archway with a staircase leading down.
Right. Let's go. This is very exciting. And to hurriedly make my way towards the temple. Quite keen to see if these statues do anything.
Icy steps descend in front of you 10 feet to a time-ravaged hallway with arrow slits in the walls. And you can see beyond the hall lies a vast sepulchre darkness.
Okay. Let me just. In terms of perception from where I'm standing at the moment.
So each of these is 10 foot square.
Okay. I'm coming right to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
Peering down.
So you can see that they descend 10 feet and they go through this sort of 20, 30 foot corridor. But you can see there are arrow slits, you know, on either side.
But nobody's shooting at me yet, so that's a good sign.
And you can just see ahead there seems to be, quite oddly dark.
Damn it. It's going to be no food here. Okay. I call forward to the team. So come on up. Esmeralda, like when you say dark, like it's really dark? Like need to light a torch dark?
Yeah, I'd say so. You need some sort of light for the non-light bearers. Yeah.
Can I see with my dark vision?
Yeah, how far can you see? 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
You can make out that it's sort of at the end of the hallway, it opens up to like a 20 foot wide balcony that then looks again over something, but you can't see beyond that, it's just dark.
Okay. I'm going to use my tin light torch so that we have some light going in. We got everybody together as a group. Shall we get Vamenos into the temple?
I think so.
Right, let's go. I've got the torch lit. Happy to lead the way down the steps.
I'm gonna skin myself on the way in.
It's a good idea.
Okay, as you go down, you come a 20 foot wide balcony of black marble with a shattered railing overlooks a vast temple. Black marble staircases at each end of the balcony descend 30 feet to the temple floor. The vaulted ceiling is 30 foot high above the balcony. The walls and ceilings are covered in an amber glaze, lending the gloom a golden sheen. A set of amber doors stand closed at the western end of the balcony, and a similar pair stands open to the east.
The tarot card reading said that we'd find some sort behind amber doors.
Mm-hmm.
So they're to the west and to the east. Right. We're going to have to do this properly, aren't we?
Are these the amber doors here, or are we talking about these ones?
Yep, so both of them are amber doors. So they're absolutely made of amber.
These ones.
Yeah. One's open, one's closed.
All the doors in the temple are fashioned from blocks of translucent amber with iron hinges and fittings.
Okay. So I call out to Fisk and Esmeralda to come in. Excuse me, to show them the doors.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Okay, waiting for Ia, who I'll move down. So shall we go to the open ones first? Come this way, and check out for the sun sword, and then we'll do the closed ones.
Okay.
Let's go have a look.
Okay.
Got it.
As you come to this room, you can see that it's featureless except for a rough-edged 10-foot diameter circular hole in the floor to the east. Empty torch sconces along the walls. Double doors of amber stand open to the north and to the west. A single closed door lies just on the south of the western set of double doors that you can see.
Oh, damn it, there's all loads of amber doors. Oh, this is going to take ages. Okay.
Moved in.
Yeah. So coming into the we've got like a well, and then
a hole in the floor.
Oh, it's just a hole. I thought there was a well. Okay.
So yeah, there's a 10-foot diameter circular hole in the floor to the east, and empty torch sconces along the walls.
Doesn't look like a bathroom.
There's a big door down here as well.
Okay. Shall we call out a rogue? Fisk. We need your skills.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's Esmeralda. I'll move here as well. Esmeralda, I'll bring in. Fisk, what are you doing?
This is just come down the stairs very carefully.
letting us be cannon fodder.
No, making sure you've got one behind you back in once you rush forward. I would excited myself. But
rush. We're very excited. We want the sword.
So what are you guys doing? You're all in the room now, except for Fisk.
I think Fisk. We need his skills on the locked door. We're going to do it in a methodical manner. Sort of like just do the doors as we go, and then we can go back and do the west. So it's clear from the east.
We have a look at that hole.
Yeah. If you look at the door, I can have a look at the hole. Here's my perception. Investigation.
So looking down, there's just nothing but darkness. You're holding your torch out over it. It doesn't seem to penetrate or reflect on anything. Just the hole just continues on and just disappears into the darkness outside the light of the torch. Fisk, the door is an amber door. And it has a very simple open-close lock mechanism. It's not like a lock on it. It's just an open-close handle type mechanism.
I would like the door.
You don't see any signs of traps or anything other than marks here.
Yeah. I'll just open the door then.
Okay. You see shattered bits of wood covering the floor of this very cold 20-foot square room. It looks like the remains of bunks or something.
So just a bit of an investigation around the room.
Yeah. find a not very well hidden secret door, basically just here. We're gonna have to do something with your click clacking.
Sorry. If I could find my.
Do you have headset? Do you have a headset?
I do, but the problem with the wires is that the cats love them. So they pick them up and they carry them away to play with them.
Get wireless. Get a wireless headset like this one.
I didn't even know they wired headsets anymore.
I know.
I've not seen one since 2007.
No.
So what are you doing with the secret door, Fisky?
Yeah,
And what are the rest of you doing out there while Fisky's in here?
Shall investigate the secret door?
That's
just a push open, push close type thing.
Yeah. I will open the secret door.
So it's a secret door going further. The left.
Well, if it went
You're not there, you don't know what's going on. Don't matter game. What are you guys doing? He hasn't pulled out.
I'm in the room by myself.
So what are you going to do? You're opening it?
I am opening. Yeah.
Pull it open, and you can see another room, but you can see 2 arrow slits in the western wall.
Yeah.
Do you go in?
Yes.
Suddenly, your attention's drawn to the northeast corner. You see first a blue wizard's robe and a skeletal hand clutching some sort of ornate wand. You can now see that slumped in that northeast corner is the skeleton of some wizard or some magical creature holding a wand.
Just have a good close look at it without touching anything. But
it looks like to you that this creature has frozen to death.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
I'll search the body.
All that is just the materials and boots, a wizard's hat. Looks like Rincewind. And this wand that's clutching.
I'll take the wand. Is there any of the clothes look better than what I've got? Useful. Remembering on the heart. So.
No, the wizard hat looks cool though.
Wizard's hat's always look good. Look silly. I'll take the wand and slip back to where I came from.
Okay. As Fisker emerges, what are the rest of you doing?
He's waiting. So what's the lowdown, Fist? Anything that way?
An empty room of rubbish, and then I found a secret door into another small room. I found a wizard.
Okay. Didn't come to life. Didn't try to attack you.
No.
Any books?
No, but I did find a wand.
Oh, did you pick it up?
Used any of you guys? Probably of no use to me.
Did you bring it?
Yeah.
Maybe Esmeralda can use it.
I have the wand over to have wizarding capabilities.
What is Esmeralda? I know she's a magic user of sorts, but is she a wizard?
She takes a look at it.
She dabbles.
Yeah, she dabbles. Oh, yeah. What happened? That's not dabbling. That's the wrong button.
Wingardium Leviosa. See if she can let us with the wand.
Esmeralda is unsure what it is, but it is certainly a magical wand. She hands it back and says, that's the best I can do.
Okay. Shall we?
Want to have a look?
I wanted to have a bit of a search of whatever it is here in the room. Statue.
No, that's the hole. That's a 10 foot.
That's a hole.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, I'm not going into the hole.
Right. That's a good plan.
Okay. Shall we go into through the other doors?
I think we're standing. So we can always do if we're clearing east, we just keep heading up this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we just end up doing like a blocky, come back and then around.
I think we should go back maybe on the other side. Just if we go north, you're going to get further in there, and I may not be so small that we just do a blocky. Maybe we end up deeper in, and then deeper down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to tell how far to go. Shall we just walk to the end of where we can see?
So as you come into this hall, you can see the glazed amber covers the wall of this 20-foot wide, 70-foot long arched corridor. The amber doors at both ends of the hall stand open, and a closed door is in the middle of the east wall. 3 arrow slits are cut into the wall across from it. Cracks in the black marble floor run the length of the hall.
So this is the door you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. And there are arrow slits, as you can see, opposite up here as well. And there, as you can see in the image, there's these large cracks in the black marble that were not on the other corridor or in the other rooms that you've been in.
What caused the cracks? Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything much there. So you want to start on the western side.
I was just meaning go back and make sure there's nothing behind us. And I don't think we'll worry about that later on.
What do you mean by behind us? If we've come in this way into the entrance and we've just gone right to the right.
So we're going north.
Well, no, I'm just sorry. What do you mean by coming up behind us? Do you mean something in the temple, or do you mean something on the road following us to the temple?
Just meaning rooms that we leave locked and closed behind us.
Okay.
To the other side.
Yeah.
Either way.
Well, no, I'm just thinking because when we came in, it's like a square, right? So you've got left, right, and then doors east, west. So depending on the layout of the temple, is it that we can go up and around? Do you know what I mean? Do a blocky around this level.
Yeah. It also could be a really big temple. When we do a block 7 days, coming rushing back arrows following us. Yeah.
Well. Could always split the party. No. Well, we've looked that side. Do you want to then? So you're saying come back and just check this side out. Because if it's a mirror, it'll be the same, right? It'll be the same going north, upper corridor.
So we're kind of clearing the building. As we go, are we?
So I'd thought about going. Just clearing this way. Just open this way. But you're saying just open this way, so we could look and see.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Do you want to check for traps on the door to the west?
Is that a door south?
Yeah, there's a door to the south of where you're standing, Fisk.
I'll investigate that door.
Okay. It again is
just a simple. I'll push it open.
again, this is looks like an old disused bunk room. There look to be 10 bunks that are in various states of decay and collapse. To your keen eye, Fisk, again, you see there's a secret door leading to the right.
Yep. And I'll push it open. And I'll push it open.
And looking and peering in, you can see that there's an empty room. 2 arrow slits are carved into the east wall.
I'll slip in and have that just a quick look.
Investigation.
Coming.
Yeah, you find there's nothing in here that you have any interest. There's no other secret doors that you can tell.
Yeah. I'll slip back out and head to that door.
Wait. Okay. Right. Up on that. Okay, so you approach these double doors. They are shut.
Yeah. I'll investigate the double doors.
Okay. Give me an investigation. As you're looking at the doors, they seem to be like recently used. You can see scuff marks leading to them, coming down the stairs, and now they become quite clear to you.
Mm-hmm.
These scuff marks seem to be quite a few humanoid type feet that have headed into this this doorway.
Yeah. I'll let the others know. Look,
sorry, mate.
Some people preceded us into this room.
Looking down into this area down here. There's no one. It's fairly open and obvious that there's no one down in the mosh pit.
Yeah,
there.
you can only see about 60 feet. And it
It's
continues
dark.
on.
It's
It's
dark.
very dark.
Okay.
But certainly, what you see down there is you can begin to see these sort of columns there. There's some black marble columns supporting the vaulted ceiling of the temple, and you can't really see the north end, but the walls of the temple are again sheathed in amber, and the doors leading from it are made of amber as well. Arch hallways coated with amber lead away to the east and west.
And if I sort of look down there at it for a while while investigating the door, I don't sense any movement in there.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Fisk, do you want to do anything else?
No, I've told them that something's going into that room recently, and there could well be on the other side of that door.
So
can we tell them any footprints?
Yeah, that's what I was going to check. Yeah, that's what I was going to check. How many marks are there? How many marks are there? Scuffs.
Who did that? I haven't seen it. Yeah. You just see a blur. Can't really make it out.
Well, I'll ask Wolf to I'll ask with my eyesight's obviously bad today. My eyesight's obviously bad today.
So's mine. So's mine.
We're obviously tired.
Got some dust in my eye. Got some dust in my eye.
I've got like a clod. I've got like a clod. Okay, so listening at the door. So listening at the door.
Perception check.
Yep. Yep.
You hear the chatter of human voices speaking common. They seem to be talking about the day's hunt.
Can I tell how many voices? Can I tell how many voices?
Give me an investigation or a wisdom check. Yeah.
Wisdom? Okay. In a second. In a sec.
You think there's at least half a dozen different voices.
Okay. Okay. We're fairly evenly matched. We're fairly evenly matched. I indicate with my talon claws about 6 people behind the door to the team. Chattering away and chattering away. I will walk over and whisper and say, the group, I'll stand in the middle away from the door. I'll stand in the middle away from the door and go. They were talking about having a successful hunt today. And there's about 6.
Do they sound human? Do they sound human?
Yes, they do sound human. Yes, they do sound human, and they're speaking common, which is helpful. So, shall we introduce ourselves, or do we want to stay hidden for a while longer? The big temple.
I don't think they're going to be. Well, if we're going to introduce yourselves, I'd be doing it with your sword.
Oh, they could be friendly. They could be friendly. They could be monks. You remember monks.
Let's go with the 90% chance they're not. They are. 10% they are. And I'll take the 90%. I'll take the 90% and risk a goodie, creating a goodie. No, that's.
So do you want to?
No, that's.
So do you want to go in the other hallway? Back around the other hallway. Try the other wing again. Try the other wing again.
We could try if we go back and around. If we go back and around, we could actually. If it does lead around, get closer. We could actually get closer and try and see what they're doing from a distance. So they might see our light. So they might see our light from the torch. Which is always a bummer. Can I go back and listen at the door? Some more, Dunk, and just see if I can hear more. About what they're talking about.
You hear some laughing and some vulgar language. You see, you hear that there are both males and females, and then suddenly, out of the conversation, you hear a deep guttural growl that you've heard before when you've been attacked by wolves and dire wolves. Then you hear someone sharply sort of rouse at the creature. Okay. Maybe it's best if we do introduce ourselves and fight them if we have to. If they don't cooperate, it's out of the way. Rather than skulk around the temple. And come across them later. What do you want to do?
Are we better off encountering them? All at one and go? Maybe try to take them out one at a time. If they're not friendly.
Yeah, it depends.
go in,
Yeah,
there'll be at least, you say half a dozen, at least.
Yeah. Five of us, half a dozen of them, and I mimic a wolf. I'm just like,
Yeah.
So maybe Wolf feels better off in dire wolf form. She can make friends. Try and get it to our side. It could be. I guess we don't know. But what if it's the Dusk Elves said that they were coming up to the temple? Maybe it's them. Though it did sound human rather than elvish. I might be wishful thinking. What about the Vistani? Because they're human, right? It could be the Vistani. If that's the case, where on their list?
It's a lot of I thinks.
I know.
We either attack them or we go down those stairs.
Well,
I think we should avoid a confrontation of all of them at once. Because we've got the advantage at this stage that we know they don't know where they're we're here.
I'm surprised the wolf hasn't smelt us. Actually, must be good doors. Quite tight. Okay, so if we're going to sneak away, where are we going to go? Back east.
Go back down the way we were going to go, where the pit was. Let's skirt along that edge.
This way, and then that way,
Yeah.
and then that way.
I suspect the big open area could be nasty as well.
Well, if there are arrow slits here that we can see, if they are in that hallway, they'll be able to look down on us if we're here, right? So we've got more chance of hiding.
So we go back to where we were. And then go sneak up that way.
So go this way.
And just hide our lights while we're going through there. If anyone's carrying
well, I'm carrying a torch. So I'm carrying a torch, so I'm going to have to blow out the torch.
And I have a lantern.
Esmeralda says, I can cast Dark Vision on... Who doesn't have Dark Vision? I don't, but I can cast it.
I don't.
I don't know if I have Dark Vision. It's not coming up anywhere that I can see, so maybe I don't.
Yeah, so Wolfrall, you do.
I do.
Esmeralda doesn't. Ia, I think, does. So Ia should as a tiefling.
Do you want me to open Ia's character sheet?
Yeah, I'm just doing that now. I'm just checking. She's got dark vision, shades of grey up to 60 feet. So that's 2 of you have dark vision, and so 3 of you would need assistance.
Yeah.
So that would be Fisk, Starfire, and Esmeralda. She says I can cast it 3 times if that's what you want me to do.
I think that's a great idea.
It would help us remain more stealthy, wouldn't it?
She says it'll last for 8 hours.
Wow, pretty good. It's pretty good.
Is that what she's doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So she casts that 3 times, and you all now have 60 feet dark vision. It's a little unnerving. It takes you a little while to just get used to it, but the light is now out. Your torch is extinguished.
Excellent. Excellent.
Where did Esmeralda go? Are you on top of her fisk? Awful. Yeah, awful. So, Starfire leading away, you're going up this corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you think we should close any doors? Behind us?
Depends how familiar they are with the temple. They might notice that the doors are closed. They might notice these ones. They might notice these ones. Close these ones. Close these ones. Depends if we want to let them. Depends if we want to let them to presence in the temple if somebody's wandering around. Yeah. I'd be more worried somebody notices. Notices the change.
If I look through an arrow slit here, can I see anything across? I suppose it's too far to see anything.
Yeah, you've got 60 feet, so it's only 6 squares. Yeah.
Are there any lights showing? Through their arrow slits?
What you can see from there is you can see just at the northern end, you can see what looks like a very large statue. You can sort of just make out a 40-foot tall statue of a cowled figure in flowing robes. The statue's hands are outstretched as if in the midst of casting a spell.
That's a statue in the hall. Isn't it?
That's in the big hall. That's
Yeah.
what Wolf will see.
Yeah.
So basically out over here.
But I can't see any lights. From arrow slits across on the other side of the hall.
No, it's too far. Oh no, you don't see any light coming out. Oh, sorry, yeah. Certainly no light coming out from the other side.
So maybe they've got dark vision too.
Possibly. I'll keep moving forward at any rate.
Are we listening at this next door?
Yeah. Trying to stop. So we're going through the dark. With dark vision.
What about this door halfway along? You want to check that?
Yeah.
I'll investigate it.
And meanwhile, we'll listen. Listen at the next one.
So, you notice that there's some light coming from underneath this door on the right. Otherwise, it seems to have been shut. But it's not locked. There's no locking mechanism. It's just an opening shut mechanism. It's shut with the bolt closed.
But it just seems to be shut. Okay.
So what's it locking in?
I won't know till we open it. I'll step back.
You can open it.
Yeah. I was just moving my.
Okay, as you open up, light flows out into the hallway, grabbing the attention of Wolfrill and Starfire to the north. Esmeralda and Ea sort of, as they look in, you can see this chamber is brightly lit by red copper lanthorns that are hanging from the ceiling. The walls, again, sheathed in amber that's been shaped into base reliefs of wizards with spellbooks. Stairs to the north and south descend 20 feet to what appears to be, what you can just make out, well, you can see quite clearly, some sort of obsidian lectern. And behind that, a slab of black slate hangs from chains. Between the stairs are descending rows of red marble benches.
Like a lecture hall.
Okay?
A lecture hall.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I've opened the door. I'll slip in.
Did you say slab of granite? Did you say slab of granite at the back, Dunk?
Yeah. It's hung down by chains from the roof, so it's like a big slab of, 9 foot
rock.
wide.
Just rock hanging there.
Yeah.
Hanging there. Good design.
Like a stone bed
design.
of, black slate.
Okay. Did Wolfrill and I hear anything from our spot on the other side of the doors? From the other side of the doors.
Give me a perception check. 13. No, you don't.
I look at Wolfrill. I'm like looking at the light in the chamber. I'm like looking at the light in the chamber. It's like, do you want to go?
Should we stick together? Should we stick together? They're going in there.
Yeah. Quite possible. Quite possible.
So Fisk, what are you doing? You're looking.
I'm gonna carefully around the room, look around the room, stealthing and investigating as I go.
Give me a
Sort of go like, yeah. So yeah, up in your stealth. And investigation.
have a look on Facebook Messenger, mate.
Okay. I shall yell out, you, stand up, as I stand up ready, as I've got my bow ready.
You see this, let's see if I can just, hang on. Just give me a sec, guys, sorry. Oh, my internet's so slow for some reason. This disheveled, diseased-looking thing stands up, and you see him looking out towards you, and he goes, I'm Vilnius. I am, quick, come in. The creature will be back down the hall. Come. I mean you no harm, but I must warn you, it will be back. It patrols the corridor. It's hunting me. It's killed my master and now it hunts me.
What's that thing on his shoulder?
It's like a familiar. What thing is
His
hunting?
robes are scorched and his hair is unkempt and half burned away. His face and arms are covered with blisters from magical fire.
What is hunting you? Vilnius?
The evil in this place. I've been hiding here for several days, eating vermin to survive. There's a golem, an amber golem, patrolling the hallway outside, and I cannot go until that golem is destroyed. My master Jakarian, he's bastard for taking me to this wretched place, always seeking power, and he was only consumed by the floating things of fire.
What floating things of fire? Where is your master?
He's dead.
Is he a wizard like you?
Yes, I was his understudy. He was on the other side, on the other hallway, on the other side, and I've come here to shelter to get away from it. They were chasing me. There's flames everywhere, explosions of fire, and then the golem started to come.
How often does the golem patrol? How often does the golem patrol?
I don't know. Come, must shut the door. Trust me. He sort of comes up and he sort of stands on the steps there. And then all of a sudden the little quasset that's sitting on his shoulder just disappears, goes invisible.
I'll go back here and wave the others. Go back here and wave the others in, keeping my bow still half Vilnius.
Yeah, Starfire, what are you guys going to do?
Vilnius.
And you shut the door behind you?
Let's shut the door. Shut the door.
Yeah.
Where's the light coming from in this room?
The lanterns hanging down. What did you say about glowing skulls? Vilnius?
These skulls, they floated, they seem. My master said they were the old wizards of this place. This temple is a haven for forbidden knowledge, and that's why my master came here. And these flaming skulls, constructs made from remains of dead wizards, they guard this place. And then there are the barbarians, barbarous mountain folk. They use this place for shelter. It's awful.
Shelter?
But
Do they? When did you last see the barbarians?
I think they came when we were exploring the other side, and there's a room on the other side, and they've holed up in there.
How long have you been here, Vilnius?
Time is meaningless, but I've been hungry many times, so I would say days. And I've drunk water from the dripping on the edge of the rocks, and points to the wall to the east. And he says, I would take your help if you might. I would like to retrieve my master's staff and spellbook, and then I want to leave this place.
Does he seem genuine?
Give me an insight check.
So those we're hearing on the other side may well be the barbarians he's talking about.
You see, you pretty much think that he's at face value of what he's saying.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be, think that he's lying, but you also don't particularly trust him fully either.
Mm-hmm.
But that's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Vilnius, have you found anything else? Offer him some one of my rations.
He quickly grabs it and starts to eat on the hard rations, the cheese and the sort of jerky. And he, thank you. And he sort of then stops and he puts the food down a bit and he sort of steps back and, you're not going to poison me, are you?
No, Vilnius. I'm going to kill you. I'll kill you.
That's reassuring.
He goes back, he looks at the exchange and he looks at all of you up there and he goes, yes, this is probably true. And he quickly then continues to eat the food. And he basically says, he says that, look, please help me retrieve my master's staff and his spellbook, and I suggest that you leave this place. This place is just full of evil. There's voices in my head when I sleep, calling me to go deeper, calling me to go down.
Will you just stay?
Notice that he's grasping onto his own spellbook as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you also see that, you see some sort of chain around his neck.
Raise my eyebrow up a bit. Raise my what's that eyebrow up a bit. So what's that around your neck?
He puts the food down. He reaches up. And he goes. It's something that I found here in this.
Show me what you found. It could be useful. Show me what you found. It could be useful for us recovering your master's spell book.
He says. He shakes his head.
Show me Vilnius. Show me Vilnius. Or you'll get an arrow through your head. You'll get an arrow through your head. Show me now. I'll raise my bow. Now. I'll raise my bow.
He steps back and he says, this is mine, but here, this is what it is. And he brings out this sort of golden amulet. It's shaped like an upside down V. It's quite exquisite and looks very expensive. I think we need to get that amulet. Everyone. He shakes his head and he says, Stay away from me. He goes back. We're not going to steal it from you, Vilnius. We're not going to steal it from you, Vilnius. We just may need it when we find your master. Back to you when we find your master. Where did you find this amulet? He says he says he found it in the levels below. He's gone. He's gone. Hey? I said, give it to me, Vilnius. Uncover your master. He's shaking his head. He says, I will keep it. I will be with you. There's no need for you to take it from me. You're coming with mine. You're coming with Vilnius. I will come with you to get my master, but first we must do something about that golem. Tell Vilnius to just stand down beside this. I can investigate a bit further around this study hall.
Can we ask Vilnius how many levels below he's ventured already?
There's one level below this. This is where the evil is. It will call you in the night.
Just one.
You'll hear it. It will call you.
Okay. And did he notice any other weapons or anything while he was down there? Weapons. Weapons. That kind of stuff. Swords. That kind of stuff.
This is a place of dead wizards. They had no need for the swords like I have no need for, anything. And he then basically just, you recognize he just quickly does a like a cantrip, and he basically creates a quick trinket, and he like a little crucifix with a little chain, basically.
Okay.
And he just drops it. He says like, I do not need weapons to protect myself. I am a master of the arcane arts myself.
So, just making crucifix. Is that like indicative of what's below?
Are you telling him that?
Yeah, I'm just going to say why. Yeah, I'm just going to say why a crucifix? Why have you made a crucifix?
Because I have seen those symbols in this land.
Okay.
I'm going to get you.
Interesting.
I need to quickly investigate this area. I was keeping an eye on Vilnius.
Have an investigation along down the stairs.
Yeah, so there's nothing really. It looked like this is some sort of, exactly as you said, some sort of study hall or something like that. Certainly like a lecture hall. You can see where there were remains of rats and vermin where he's actually eaten. You can see the water that sort of pools around from the cold, around the eastern wall, and you sort of note that his little closet must be somewhere, but you can't make it out where. But you know it was on his shoulder originally, but now it's invisible.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear a sort of thud, 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 heavy footsteps outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
Vilnius goes, shh. The thudding passes.
Ask Vilnius, where's the closet? Ask Vilnius, where's the closet? And what is a closet? And what is a closet?
It's a little sort of mini demon, and all of a sudden it then appears sitting on the token. Oh, not the token, on the lectern. It's like a little demon, basically.
So Ea would have an affinity with it. Ea would have an affinity with it then.
Yeah.
So where did the golem come from? Where did the golem come from? Is this
an amber golem? Is this not? It's an amber golem. This is an amber temple. This is, I would say, it's probably where it's come from.
No, I'm not being quite. No, I'm not being quite. I don't mean where did it originate. I don't mean where did it originate. Where's it been and where's it going? Where's it been and where's it going? Spatially in this place.
I have no idea. It patrols up and down regularly this corridor outside. It's trapped me here. Otherwise, I would be going back to get the staff and spellbook for my master. But first, I must wait till those mountain folk leave. The thudding comes back, this time going the other way, back up to the north. He says, what are you intending to do? Will you come with me and help me get my master's spellbook and stuff, or
you'll be
leaving?
You'll be coming with us. You'll be coming with us.
I'm not going any further into this vile place. I have no intention to explore. The only thing I need to do is get my master's spellbook and stuff and leave this place.
How far in have you been? How far in have you been?
We explored much of this area up here. There are just beasts and creatures and there's evil everywhere. We made our way down. My master is looking for something that's calling him. As that calls me as well. They want to trade. They want to trade powers for my soul.
Well, Vilnius, you put it like this. Well, Vilnius, you'll be coming with us, or you'll be coming with us. You'll be staying around your neck, minus the thing around your neck. Yeah, and maybe minus as well. Yeah. Neck as well. Because we're going to go back around. Those barbarians are still there.
Vilnius makes it quite clear he's not going to. And he steps back now and he says, do not come down here. I think you should leave. All of you leave. I will sort myself out.
Aren't we better off as a group? Though, Vilnius? Together, we're much stronger in numbers. We could use a magic user. It'd be a shame if you're dead.
So you're trying to persuade him?
Yeah.
I am.
Come here, persuade him.
Sorry, I'm just like
Very aggressively.
wow.
So you intimidating or persuading?
I'm intimidating. I don't know. I'm intimidating. I don't know what I'm intimidating him at the moment. I'm intimidating.
By saying we're stronger together. Together.
Yeah, he doesn't kind of cop that at all.
I'll try to persuade him. That he's got no hope on his own. He's way better off if he joins us because we're experienced. Know what we're doing.
How did that go? You did as well as I did almost. Just a bit better. Maybe we should send in Esmeralda. Maybe she'll have a better chance. Actually, Pen's is quite intimidating. Isn't she?
He begins to cast a spell.
Fire my arrows. Great at him.
Let's go for initiative then.
Okay.
Fisky, we got everyone on yet? Oh, what did you roll?
I just rolled a 5. I just rolled a 5.
It's like Ear's not on.
Yeah, I can see, yeah.
And Esmeralda's not on.
Starfire, what did you roll? 10. I've got Esmeralda and I've got Ear on my account. Fisk, what did you roll?
12.
So, Esmeralda has a 19. What would you like her to do?
I need to look at her sheet.
So she's got a rapier, she's got a hand axe, and she can cast magic.
Yeah, no, I just need to pull up her sheet. What magic she has.
5-volt, magic missile, shield, mage hand, lightning bolt. Just tell me what you want her to do. Do you want her to attack magically, and I'll make the decisions for you, because I've got a character sheet, and I'm running her basically.
Yeah, she can attack.
Do we want her to attack him though, or just restrain him? Like mage hand to restrain.
Mage hand to restrain. We've chatted soon. We've got the information we need. He started the attack.
Harsh, man.
We'll end the attack.
Harsh.
Well, you all did intimidate him. And persuade him really, really badly. So
I'm trying to persuade.
So what are you doing? Quick, come on. Otherwise she's going to lose a turn.
She cast whatever her best spell is to kill this guy. Attack.
Right, so she casts lightning bolt. So 86. So 28. So it makes a dexterity saving throw. Minus Vilnius. Dexterity saving throw. And she is. He fails and takes 28 hit points damage.
Okay, we can call out and go. Do you give up now? And see if he'll stop. Whatever he's doing. whatever he's doing.
So, takes 28 points damage. Ia, what's she doing?
She'll call out before she fires. She'll call out before she fires. Are you going to stop?
There's no response.
Nothing? Oh, nothing? Oh, man.
So what's she going to do?
Will she use her spear? Will she use her spear?
I don't know.
I mean, how long is she going to wait? Because you've only got 6 seconds.
Yeah, she's not going to wait. She's not going to attack. She's sending an attack. She's going to attack.
She could use Cloud of Daggers. She could use Cloud of Daggers.
From her, Fisk is your go. She called out and then she was too confused as to what to do. Okay. So, 6 seconds rounds. Fisk is short bowing. 25 to hit with 8 damage. Arrow synced into him. Starfire.
Dragon Fear. Dragon Fear. I don't want to hurt him. I just want to put the fear of God in. I just want to put the fear of God in. Dragon Fear when it's at home. Dragon Fear when it's at home. You fill the air. Basically says you fill the air. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I've got ear sheet open. It says when angered I can radiate menace. When angered I can radiate menace. I gain certain things like increase strength and constitution. Basically raw, forcing the creature of my choice, which is him, within 30 feet to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 8 bonus and charisma, and my proficiency bonus and charisma modifier. Automatically succeeds on the save if it can't hear or see you. On a failed save, it becomes frightened of me for a minute. The frightened target takes any damage. You can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success.
Right, let me just frighten this condition. Okay, so disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls for the source because fear is within line of sight, which is you. Okay, cool. Vinius now continues and he casts Cone of Cold.
Snort. I'm snorting. I have cold resistance.
I'm using absorb elements. Which is a reaction spell kind of spell.
It is Cone of Cold. You must please do a saving throw, Constitution saving throw. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must make a Constitution saving throw, which is basically all of you. Creature takes 88 cold damage and a failed save, or half as much. So you're either taking 44 or 22 damage, depending on your saving throws.
But if I'm resistant to cold, do I need to make a?
You just have to make a saving throw. The damage is then halved, so you'll take 11 if you save.
Okay. So that would.
Fisk, you take forward 4 damage. Wolfer, what are you doing?
I did a Constitution save of 18, and I'm using elements spell on anything that does hit me.
Is it a reaction?
It is.
Okay, it is. Cool. All right, and what's that do? Is it take? At the moment you got 22. And then work out what comes back. I'll come back to you. Starfire, 14. You make it. So you take 22 hit points of damage, but then you have resistance, so you take 11.
One reaction when you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. Captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on you and storing it for your next melee attack.
You do an extra 1d6. Okay, so you're halved as well for what you took, so you take 11 hit points damage from the Cone of Cold. Esmeralda.
What about
needs to Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
Are you doing it for Ia? Okay, Ia takes 44. And is she, what's cold do to Ia? Is she,
Oh, I can't take it off her. Oh, I can't take it off her sheet.
Just
Sorry.
Just a Constitution saving throw for Esmeralda. She fails, so she takes 44. So let me get Esmeralda and minus 44. Okay, and Ia gets how many?
So she'll take the 44 hit points, right? If she 44 hit points, right? If she only rolled a 1.
But what's her... Has she got a vulnerability to cold or anything?
Trying to see if it's under features. Trying to see if it's under features and traits. I don't see vulnerabilities. But where would it be in case I'm looking at the wrong place?
Racial traits or something, so I think she's fine.
Hellish resiliency.
So 5 damage.
Yeah, it's just nothing cold. Yeah, it's just nothing.
So she just takes 44 damage. Now she should have been back to 72, shouldn't she? Because you all had a rest.
Oh God, I forgot to. alter my rest stuff. Yeah, sorry.
Why has it gone to 48? She's got 72 damage, hasn't she? What's going on with that? Fucking hell.
Such a long rest.
Why is it such a long rest? Back to 48?
He is.
For Ia.
I can see her as 72. I can see her as 72 hit points, right? Yeah. And so she needs to take off 44. And so she needs to take off 44.
So what's that going to leave her with?
Ooh,
someone do the maths for me.
Embarrassingly, I can't do that in my head. I
think I should be right now. I've just put it back to 72. And now 44 off.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's got 28.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that it? Has everyone had their fair share of the cone of cold?
Mm-hmm.
He has 0 level 5 spells left. Okay. And Wolfroll.
Well, that was pretty annoying. I think I might have to moonbeam him.
So Constitution saving throw. He fails and he takes 18. He just basically dies. He's completely Kutski now. He is dead.
Do you think we should bring him back? Help him?
I think.
Bring him back. Take the amulet. Take it.
Was he just afraid?
No.
Was he just afraid? Closet thing.
No.
What about that closet thing?
That closet thing is now basically it is turned into a bat and is flying around right up the top up there, and it's targeting you, Fisk. You need to do a wisdom saving throw.
I was going to say, can Ia make friends with it?
You are Fisk 1.
Rolling 3-4-1.
2 1s. So you are now frightened. for 1 minute
Yeah.
by the Quasit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that is Esmeralda's go. And she looks at the Quasit and she then basically does a firebolt.
3 plus 3 d8 plus 3.
So, I'll do that on here.
So I'm healing. I'm healing. Since she took 44. Since she took 44. So, Dunk, could you add 11 for ears? Dunk, could you add 11 for ears? Numbers.
Okay, it hits, and the Quasit is dead. Okay. So the little Quasit.
Poor Quasit. Poor Quasit. Could you please add 11 hit points? I've just used add 11 hit points. I've just used the healing on ear. Yeah.
11. Heal. Back to 39. Esmeralda turns to Ear and says, I have a potion of greater healing, but I only have 2. Do you think, and she looks at the rest of you, do you think Ear needs that now, or will she be okay?
I took 44 damage as well. So at some point I might.
Yeah, I've got spells we can use. Before you use potions.
I mean, I can use the icon of Ravenloft. On you, Fisk. I have 2 charges per. Per day. I think 2 charges.
So he has on him. He has this upside down amulet. He also has a spell book, and inscribed in the spell book are quite a number of spells. You can see that he once was actually like a 9th level wizard.
Oh, Fisk. 13 plus 3. So that's 16. 13 plus 3. So that's 16 for you.
Level wizard. 9th level wizard. Man. And what sort of spells were they? Good guy or a bad guy?
You can see that he had a sort of typical firebolt, light, mage hand, prestidigitation, detect magic, mage armor, magic missile, shield, misty step, suggestion, counterspell, fireball, fly, greater invisibility, ice storm, and cone of cold.
He could have been useful. Do
you think it's too late to try any healing on him? Do you think it's too late to try any healing on him? Is he still in saving realms? If I were to do a cure mass wounds on the party,
I'm going to take that amulet, but if you're going to try anything like that.
Good idea. Okay, to take it before.
I don't think it's worth doing that, but I'm taking the amulet.
So what are you guys going to do?
Well, I can benefit this on up to 6 creatures if we gather round foot radius in a 30-foot radius.
Okay.
Do you think we all need a top up of that? Magnitude before we get to
How much does it do? Sorry. How much does it do? Sorry.
Each target regains hit points equal to 3d8 plus my spellcasting ability and modifier, which I'm just checking.
It's night time now, though, right? So we walked all day to the temple. So we're going to do a long rest soon. So is it better to just, if we want to bring Vilnius back, just use a simple spell, like maybe one of Ear's curing spells, and then save your mass one till after the next battle?
I'll get it back after a long rest anyway.
It's true. Yeah. How many hit points are you on? Burn?
47.
It's gone? 47 and Esmeralda's down 47 and Esmeralda's down 44 as well, isn't she?
When I go, if we all gather around, when I go, do you want to? If we all gather around, do you want to include? I think maybe Ruth would. He might. I think maybe Ruth would. He might prove useful.
Yeah. We just need to stop him attacking us. Maybe if we hold on to his book. And
Well, I've got his amulet.
Let's give it a go then.
Okay.
So, and this is where we leave us tonight. You all get 9 hit points back.
Plus my spell casting modifier, which is 4. 3d8. Oh, that's already there, is it? Yeah. 2, 4, 5. Yeah.
Isn't that what? Yeah, that's what we included. So the Phineas splutters and coughs and like looks up at you and goes, what are you doing? And searches for his amulet and he goes, you've taken my amulet, and he points. Anyone doing anything?
Yeah. I'm going to say, hey, we've just brought you back to try to show you that we mean you no harm. We have only attacked you because you attacked us first, and now we've healed you. So just chill out, dude.
Give me a persuasion check.
Did his closet come back?
No, because you didn't include it. Okay, he pauses and he sort of slumps himself back up, and he basically says, "Why would you do that?"
Well, you didn't seem like a bad person. You just seemed like a bad person. You just seemed afraid, and we just didn't want you here to die.
Then help me get my master's stuff and spellbook and let me leave this place. I will assist you.
You'll have to help us first.
And with that, he sort of he comes up the stairs and stands here, and he says, "Right, let us go."
Alrighty.
All right, that's where we'll leave it tonight. Now, remembering you guys are all quite tired, but Vilnius has no idea what time of day is, so he's ready to go now. And yeah, there we go. All right, guys.
Okay, that was good. Thanks.